this video is my 500th video. It really is unfathomable that I've planned out, filmed, edited, uploaded, and put 500 videos out there. Wow. I decided to do a video where I go back and look back on my favorite makeup looks through the years and kind of look back on how things have changed and maybe where I was at that time, and just kind of do a little bit of a reflection and maybe look back on some memories. If you have any memories that you'd like to share, please do so in the comments. I'm going to sort everything into location. So over the course of this channel, I have filmed from 4 different places. So the first video I'll share is the one that I filmed in my parents' house when I was living with my parents. And then I have some from my first apartment, which was in Southside, and then a few from the apartment that I lived in Mount Washington, and then a few from the house that I live in now that my husband and I bought last year. I am gonna put a screen grab of the video here, and that way you can watch it with me and see it in real time, and we can just kind of reminisce as we go. And the very first one I want to share is the products I've hit pan on, which is my very first video I ever put out. This is being filmed in my bedroom in my parents' house. I distinctly remember that I planned out what I was gonna wear as my makeup for this video specifically. I wanted something really natural and easy for the eyes, and then I wanted to wear that bright lip color. That is a liquid lipstick from Stila in the shade Venezia. If I were to have like a Hall of Fame list of beauty products that either changed something for me or are part of like a nostalgic memory, or just, you know, really special makeup products that are a really big part of why I'm such a makeup enthusiast, Stila Venezia would be definitely one of them, because it's one of my first more high-end purchases, and it was definitely me kind of like trying something really new. Before that, I didn't really wear a lot of bright colors. I definitely didn't wear any liquid lipsticks before this one. And I just remember being so nervous for this video because it was my first one ever, and I didn't know how it was gonna turn out. And if I can offer any advice, if you are in the process of trying to figure out if you'd like to start making video content, whether you want to do a YouTube channel or a TikTok or something, and you're nervous and you're unsure about it and you're kind of getting in your own head about it, I definitely recommend going to people that you really like watching, maybe people who are really big and have like really fancy setups now, and go back to their very first video. It's very likely that they don't have all the bells and whistles that they have today. Their setup is probably a lot more simple, and it just kind of reminds you that everybody starts somewhere. Not everybody starts with absolute perfection, and that's not something you should expect of yourself the first time you're trying something new. In fact, this video isn't even the first video I ever filmed. The video that went after this, the blush declutter, that was actually the first video I ever filmed. I had the camera pointing down at my hands and I was showing everything on my desk because I could not stomach getting in front of a camera just yet. And so that was actually my first video I ever filmed, and this is the second one. Once I figured out the first one and I figured all the logistics out, then I was more comfortable. But this one, I was so nervous, and I'm sure it shows. But yeah, I'm so grateful to this version of myself who was brave enough to put herself out there and try something new, because honestly, having a YouTube channel has been such a wonderful and fruitful and valuable part of my life after all these years. Now let's fast forward to my Southside apartment. I'm gonna go through these a little bit quicker. This first one, I dramatically lightened my hair, and I had really light blonde hair for years and years. It's only until recently that I started going back to my sort of natural color. My natural color isn't red, it's more of like a dark blonde, but I'm in the process of growing my hair out. And so for a long time, the majority of my videos, I have this really, really light blonde hair. And the reason why this is one of my favorite looks is because I love that highlights. I'm wearing What's Up by Benefit, and that's still one of my favorite cream highlights that I've ever worn. It's not a cruelty-free brand, so I don't buy it, but I loved wearing that, and I think it looked so nice on the cheeks. And so anytime my head turns and you see that beautiful glow there, love it. I also like that I went a little bit more dramatic with that eyeliner. I just think that was very fun and not something that I was used to at the time. This next one, I just like it because it's, again, me trying something new, and it's not something I would wear today, but this is a lip liner from Tarte in the shade On Fleek. It's a really cool tone purple, and I loved this. I remember wearing that all the time and loving it. I'm filming in my attic, and because I'm filming in my attic, I needed a ton of lights in order to be visible on camera. I'm also filming with like an iPad mini, and so I didn't have the most advanced technological setup, and so I really needed to add a ton of light in order for myself to show up on the camera. And so I have 3 lights on me, I think, 2 soft boxes, and then I think I had another light on me. There was a point in time where I was wearing a black sweater and a bright lip and a cool tone eye multiple times a week. It was like my signature look. Okay, so I actually have a video that I put out in April of 2019, and in that I show you how I create my signature look, and it is a black sweater, a cool toned eye, and a purple lip. I was working at Ulta, or I had just stopped working at Ulta, and the dress code at Ulta at the time was all black or all white, and I had to go out and buy black clothes because I didn't really own a lot. And then for years and years and years I wore mostly black, and the reason for that was because, number one, I had a lot of black clothes from working at Ulta, but also I liked that I could kind of wear whatever makeup I wanted, and I knew my top would always match because black really goes with most things. This one was okay. This is very warm. I'm wearing all warm. I'm wearing a warm brown lip. I'm wearing coral eyeshadow, and I have a bunch of orange in my hair. And I did have to wear some fake tan because I don't think that wearing overtly warm colors is the most flattering for my natural skin tone. So I am wearing fake tan to kind of warm up everything and help it look a little bit more put together. But I just really love this. I think this is so cool. I look back and I remember really loving that eyeshadow. That is something, it's a ColourPop shade. Why can't I remember it? I'm wearing NYX Sugar Glass on my lips. And what is the eyeshadow that I'm wearing? I still have it. I have pan in it. It is Wait For It by ColourPop. That is the color that I'm wearing in my crease, and I loved this color. This was in the summer of 2018, and I wore this color nonstop. I loved it. I couldn't get enough. The next one, I think it just looks really flattering and pretty, and this is a look that I created using the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette, and I'm using a mixture of like the pinks, the purples, and then that silvery color, and I just think this looks really beautiful. I don't typically wear liner all the way around my eyes like that, but I think it really looked nice there. And this was part of several looks that I created with that palette, and it was my first time doing multiple looks from one palette and doing like more in-depth reviews. Like I was trying to be more of like a review YouTuber at the time, and I look at that and I just really like how I did something more simple on the lips, something more fun and dramatic on the eyes, but it's still soft. I think it's still really pretty and flattering on me. Another one I really loved, I'm telling you, I love cool toned eyes. I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury Bitch Perfect, that lipstick. I loved that lipstick. I wore it, I used the entire thing because I just love that color so much. And so it's a peacher lip, and then I paired it with that cool toned eye. And I distinctly remember I'm wearing a liquid pot shadow from Butter London in the shade Oil Slick. And it was a really beautiful multi-dimensional color. And I have some shades like that in my collection now that are in powder form, and I'm so glad. But I have a cool tone purpley crease, and then I have that lid, that all over the lid. I probably put something on the outer corner to deepen it. I'm wearing the NYX Epic Ink Liner, which was a favorite for a long time. That was like a really popular product at the time. If you look in the description box for that video, that was a time during my channel where I was doing like a song of the day. So every time I uploaded a video, I would put one of my favorite songs in the description box, and the one for this video is Blue Country Mystic by His Golden Messenger. And His Golden Messenger is one of my favorite like Americana bands. It is just funny to go back and see this song that I really liked 5 years ago is still a song that I listen to pretty regularly today. And this is a look that I would wear today. Like I would wear that exact eye look today. This last one from the Southside Apartment is also a cool toned makeup look. I am wearing Stila Perla, which is again another like Hall of Fame makeup product for me. And then I'm wearing Makeup Geek's Starry Eyed, which I still have. It's a cool toned shimmery champagne color. And then I'm wearing Hard Candy's Living Doll blush on my cheeks. And I love that blush so much. They don't make it anymore. It was a beautiful cool toned color, and it was marbled, so it had sort of like a silvery shimmer running throughout it, and it eventually kind of went bad, like the formula changed and it wasn't performing the same, so I did declutter it. And by the time it got to that point, they didn't make it anymore, so I couldn't buy it again. But that was such a beautiful blush. I loved wearing that. And I just love that burgundy crew neck sweater, and my hair has kind of got that like silvery blonde color, and then I have the cool tone makeup, and I just think this all came together really nicely, and I really like how this looked. So the next set of looks is filmed in my Mount Washington apartment. In that apartment, I was able to have like a room separate that I could store all of my makeup and have like sort of like a beauty room. It was also my closet, and it was also my office whenever I was working remotely. And so it was a multi-purpose room, but it was purely for me to use. It was like I had my own little second room, and it was amazing. And the setup was perfect because I had this big window that was higher, and so the ledge of the window was above my head when I was sitting, and so I could sit the camera right there and have all this beautiful natural light on me and just put my camera there and film that way. So that is how I'm filming, and I love this combination. Like, I just love the look all together because I have those twinkly lights in the back, and then I have like a comfy cream sweater on, and then I have a really subtle silvery eyeshadow look, and then a bright red lip. This is Stila liquid lipstick in Beso. And then it says on my eyes, I'm wearing the shade Trance from the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, which I'm pretty sure is like a silvery taupey shade. I'm almost positive I'm wearing the ABH liner pot as my liquid liner, as my gel liner. And I just really like this. I look back and I'm like, wow, this looked really nice. I should wear red lipstick more often. The next one is still filmed using fake lighting. You can actually see what I see whenever I'm filming. I had my desk, and then I had like a really big window up in front of me. And I just really like this because I love the way the purples go together. Like, I have a darker purple in the crease and then a lighter purple on the lid, and then I'm wearing a sort of like a pinky purple lip, and I think that paired together is really nice. I still have trouble sometimes finding the right lip color to pair with cool tone purple lips, eye looks I mean, and I love wearing cool tone purples on my eyes, but sometimes I can't really figure out what to do with the rest of my face, and I think this is an example of me doing it right. This next one, again, cool tones. I really need to just wear more cool tone eyeshadow looks. I think this looked so nice, especially with that peachy pinky lip that I'm wearing. This next look is one that I created by randomly generating shades from all of my Juvia's Place palettes and creating a look with the looks that I pulled. And the end result was a beautiful, colorful but subtle look. And I have like 3 different colors on my lids. So I have a really light purple on the inner corner, and then like a blue and a green also on there. There might have been a silver if I can remember correctly. Okay, so I was working with 4 shimmers. One was light purple, the other one was like a taupey one, then a blue and a dark silver, and I was able to make all of them work and still have like a cohesive, colorful look that didn't overpower the rest of my face. And then I put Makeup Geek's Phantom, which is a purple duochrome, on the inner corner, and that really tied it together. I love how this turned out. This was such a pretty look, and it was one of my first times wearing a bright green-blue eyeshadow color without feeling like clownish. Like, I just thought it looked really flattering and looked really great. This next one is a 3-in-1. I created 3 looks from the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, which is still one of my favorite palettes. The first one was a 1 eyeshadow look where I just put one of the shadows. I think it's called, let me pull the palette out since I have it. So I am wearing Cosmic Love all over the lid, and I love how that turned out. That looked so pretty, and I really liked it with the blue velvet dress that I was wearing, and then I had a little bit of like strawberry blonde in my hair. All together, I think this just looked really, really pretty. And then the next one was a cool toned purple look, and I had a little bit of a taupey shimmer on the lid, and I'm really glad that I paired it with a peachy nude lip. I think that was a really great choice. And the very last one was a warm look using the palette, and I kind of kept it light on the lid and then wore a deeper crease. I would say I really liked the first 2 looks a lot more, but this one was also really pretty, and I was surprised to have been able to create such a warm-toned palette, such a warm-toned look from a primarily cool-toned palette. I could not do a video featuring some of my favorite makeup looks over the years without talking about an olive eye look. I don't wear them enough, but I love wearing green olive eyeshadows. I don't love my hair color in this. I think that this was not the right tone for me. I must have been between colors. Like, I don't know what was going on, but my hair looks super yellow orange in this. And that's not my favorite hair color on me personally, but again, I am wearing Stila Perla on the lips, and then I'm wearing shades from the Give Me Glow Juicy Olive palette, which is a fully olive toned palette, and then I do have a light green from the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette just on the inner corner just to brighten it up, because the Juicy Olive palette doesn't have like a light shimmery green, it just has like darker olive ones, which is perfectly fine, but I wanted a little something to brighten up and not make the whole look too dark. I just really love it. I'm wearing a ton of eye makeup, more than I do nowadays and more than I do on a regular basis, but I still really liked it, and I love that paired with the purpley cool toned lip and the gray sweater. Just not the hair color. This next one, I was wearing one of my favorite hair colors, and that is a really rich deep burgundy, and I am wearing a bunch of different cool tone eyeshadows, and I made it look like, I called it a galaxy eye, but I don't know exactly how you would describe that, but it's got like that pop of purple in the inner corner and then the grays and the light blues all mixed together. If I could, I would have my hair color be this color all the time, but that's a very high maintenance color for me. This next one, it was a recreation video. Maggie Rogers is a musician, and she would wear her makeup a certain way for concerts, and she did a video, I think it was with Into the Gloss, and she showed the products that she uses, and I found that I had some of those products, and I was going to a Maggie Rogers concert, so I thought I would recreate the look that she typically wears. And so I went through and I showed you, and I'm wearing a liquid shadow from Stila, the Glitter and Glow in Diamond Dust. I'm wearing a ton of that all over the lid, and then I'm wearing blue mascara, and I even did fake freckles for this video, and I used a brow pen, and I made dots on my fingers and then pressed them into my skin and then put powder over them to make them sink into my skin a little bit better and look more natural. And I loved this look. This was so fun. And then at the end of that video, I shared some clips from the concert, and it was such a beautiful show. It was such a great concert. And then I couldn't finish the Mount Washington apartment portion of this video without sharing the video that I filmed of myself getting ready for my wedding day. I did my own makeup for my wedding, and so I have the camera set up while I'm getting ready. I have all my hair done, I'm in my fancy bridal robe, and I'm getting ready, and all my bridesmaids are getting ready in the background and kind of filtering in and out, and we're just laughing and having a good time and relaxing, and it was just such a beautiful day and such a wonderful memory, and I am really glad that I thought to record that. And that way it's something that I can share not only with people who would be interested, but also with the people in my life who were there on that day with me getting ready. Definitely one of my favorite videos that I did in that apartment. I do have 2 makeup looks to share of videos that I have filmed in this house. And the first one is from my Plan to Pan video, where I talk about all the things I would like to finish in 2023. And what I really like about this is I was able to perfectly match my eyeshadow to my headband. And that is like my mom's favorite thing. My mom loves colorful eyeshadow, she loves headbands, and she loves matching her makeup to other things. And so when I did this makeup, I was like, my mom's gonna love this, and she does. And for reference on my eyeshadow, I'm wearing a ton of different things. I'm glad I wrote it down in the description box, but I'm wearing ABH Orange Soda in the crease. It's like a lighter kind of nacho cheese color. And then I have ColourPop Tuscan Fun in the crease, which is a darker warm brown. And then I have Shroud Tombstone as the base eyeshadow, and that is a matte gray color. And then I put Lethal Retrograde applied on top, and I applied it wet. And Retrograde is a multi-chrome from Lethal Cosmetics, and that's where that green is coming from. And so the green is really pulling out and popping because I have that gray underneath. And I just love how it perfectly matches my headband. That was awesome. And the very last one is another eyeshadow bingo video. I was playing around with my ColourPop Limoncello and my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palettes. I think those were my focus palettes for that month. And I just really love this because this is not a look I would have created on my own, and I get really pleasantly surprised by the things I can come up with in those eyeshadow bingo videos, and I've done several of them over the years, and for the most part I'm always really happy with what comes out. And it's just like a chance to kind of get my creativity going and try and find like different ways and techniques to incorporate all the colors. And I think the end result, like the final result, is very Italian. This is like if I were to go to like a Love Your Culture day or something and I wanted to show my Italian side, this is something I would wear. I'm wearing that brownie lipstick. That is something my mom loves. My mom loves to wear brown lips. A lot of the women in my family do. And then on my eyes, I'm wearing bright yellows. I'm wearing shimmery greens and blues. I'm wearing a burnt orange. Like those are all just very like Italian colors. At least Sicilian colors, and then even having lemons on my headband. Like I just think it all kind of came together and it looked really nice, and definitely not something I wear all the time. I do tend to go for more neutral looks day to day, but it was really fun. I really love how this look turned out. So those are all the looks that I wanted to reminisce on. This was really fun walking down memory lane. Let me know if you have any memories of these, or maybe where you were whenever these videos came out. Do you remember watching these when they came out? And I just wanted to thank you again, whether you're someone who's new to my content or someone who's been subscribed and watching for years. Any interaction you have with my content is a really big help. And it's just been such a wonderful experience. I have learned so much from the people that interact with my content and the people that I watch. Over the years, I've been able to learn and grow in so many ways, and a lot of it is directly because of this channel. I can safely say I would not be where I am. I would not be the person I am if I hadn't have started making videos back in 2017. In June, it'll be 6 years of having a channel, and just so much has changed since then. Some things haven't changed at all, which is awesome. And I just really wanted to take a second to say how much I appreciate everything everyone has done. It's just been such a wonderful experience, and I'm so excited for where things are to come from here. That's it for all my rambling. Thank you so much for walking down memory lane with me. This was so fun. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.